So Assetto Corsa Evo came out and I want to share my opinions. Really simple video, no special editing, just my opinions. So I was there at 3 o'clock. No, I was there at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and around 4 o'clock GMT, they finally launched the game. We are the sim, call it whatever you want to call it, man. It's fine. So I was there at 2 o'clock GMT, 3 o'clock GMT, and 4 o'clock GMT, and then around more or less 4 o'clock GMT, they then published the game. Apparently it was some problem, quote unquote problem on Steam side. Then the game got published. I got it, I installed it, and it's there. So I already have around about 3 hours. It's not that much, but it's enough for me to be able to share with you guys some opinions about it. So I'm going to put here, I will play here my stream because I stream this on Twitch and on YouTube. So just like to be using this as the backdrop of all of this. I'm going to remove the audio just to make things a little bit simpler. So the game, obviously, it's very rough around the edges. I think that it's very, very, very unpolished all around. It costs, oh, I forgot how much it cost. It cost, well, I can check it out. Let me just, I forget, but I can verify the price. So it cost me and everybody else 32 euros, 31.99, which is basically 32, right? So 32 euros for a early access. That's what they call it, for an early access sim. You get lots of things. You get a ton of cars already, and around 8 tracks. Well, you can actually see it behind me right now. I'm going to join a Laguna Seca practice session, and I'm going to enjoy the game. And let me put, I will just leave the camera as it is, and let me just pull this a little bit forward. So the game feels great. The only thing well, I just, when I got into the game, the first thing I did was to set up all the bindings. So set up the wheel, the pedals. Without that, we were not able to actually enjoy the game. Then I have set up when the game starts, it says you should use the game controller, which I found a little bit I found interesting, but fine by me. I just ignored that, and I went straight to the sim, and I just set up my wheel. So the game, the first feedback, I did nothing. The default test settings actually suit me. The steering angle was a little bit off, but very easy to fix. And everything about force feedback, pedals, and all of that was very easy to set up. The game started as expected. It crashed on me once, but no big of a deal. In my case, it has an issue. I had an issue that when the first race I did, and this still applies because after the launch there were a couple of massive updates, but the problem still persists. So maybe it's my problem, it's a me problem and not a generic problem. That is, when I start the race, I have to go to the graphical settings and just change something and put it back so I can get the game to run, or else I'll just get a black screen. I can hear the game, I can interact with the game, but I am unable to see anything. So I have to go to the graphical settings, and I have to change a couple of things for the image to come back. But for the early state that the sim is right now, actually everything works perfectly okay. The only thing which can be a big thing for some of you is that the graphical performance, it's still very sluggish. You can see it. You can actually see it here. If you see my action cam on the right corner, it looks smooth and decent. but the game capture, it's very sluggish. So the performance of the sim, it's still a little bit a hit and miss. So it really lacks on performance on the graphical department, and it seems that really needs to be worked on. Well, everything needs to be worked on: graphical performance, loading performance, reliability, force feedback performance, and all of that. So everything needs to be worked on by Kunos, but I think it's a very good slate. I would say that I'm eager for the multiplayer. I will play it to the death, single player. It did not include the roaming on Nürburgring. Maybe I was misinformed, but I thought it did from launch, but it did not. But however, we'll have lots of tracks. You have Laguna, you have Imola, you have Suzuka. You have lots of tracks to play around. The AI, it's not that great, but it's there for us to get entertained. So, is it worth the €32 for early access? Yes. We have a bunch of cars and quite a few tracks, and they promise that everything coming forward from this point on, you'll get the full updates for free. Not free, because you have paid the €32 for the product. So I think it's worth it to get a few months of updates included, or for free, if we want to call it for free. At this point, I didn't have all the cars available, because when I was doing this, I didn't have the full updates. They launched 2 updates after my stream, and I just updated off stream. And I have a bunch of cars, Ferraris, and lots of stuff to fool around. I have played a lot with the Mazda MX-5. It's very fun to drive. I have driven around Imola, the MX-5, and the Honda. It's been a lot of fun. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. Everybody's gonna have its own opinion. It's very, very, very unpolished. That's completely out there. It's a very unpolished product, and it really needs some polish. Maybe I would give it 6 months to get in a good state. But if LFM wants to include already some online races, online it's not working. If you load the game, you get put in offline mode. But hopefully online will be released soon, and you can get some races, even if it's unranked, so that you can get the feeling of how it's to compete Assetto Corsa Evo really, really soon. My opinion is this one. Really short video just to tell you my first thoughts. But most importantly, can you please tell me? I want to hear your opinion. Put on a comments down below what you think. If you have bought the game to yourself, or if you have seen streamers like me playing it online, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next. Well, like, subscribe, it really helps, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.